Alright, we're live. About to get started. Alright, what's up? We're live. We're live. Hope everyone's doing well. Good morning. Big news, big day today because you got President Trump speaking, as well as the unemployment claims coming out in a bit. But there could be some unexpected volatility, especially when Trump speaks, what he says, what he talks about, especially if it's anything market related. So there'll be some volatility today because of that in the market. It's a good day, maybe to be defensive, especially if you had a good week. If you had a good week so far, up to this day, up to this point, the markets could move a lot today. At 8:30 and then closer to when Trump speaks. So today's one of those days where you might want to be more defensive than offensive in the market. Just because you have the president speaking and who knows what he's going to talk about and how the market's going to react to that. Things could dump more. Like gold's looking more bearish now, but we have news coming up. We had some setups last night, like some reaction last night. We were looking at 26, or not, I keep saying 26, 27.50 last night for gold. And we got a nice reaction, and that didn't hold. Came back. I know we were talking about 26.50, 26.45. Pretty much like yesterday, all yesterday and last night, we were talking about 26.50, 26.45. The market tapped 27.50. Nice reaction. Like if you were on live last night, we were streaming like 8-9 hours ago, and we were taking buys at 27.50. We caught that move. I got out of some partials, not everything. I held on, and then this missed this entry, to be honest. Yeah, I was able to close a good amount of partials because I had a lot of entries there, so that was about it for me. Maybe the market has a bounce back because like there's a lot of news today. So right now we're just dropping down pretty slowly. We just had some fast movement. With news coming out, like if it's a buy scenario, news is either just going to flip price up or we're going to dip down and then maybe like 30 minutes after the news there's a buy, since the market's already been dropping. If it punches down more, it could be a buy scenario on the news or after the news. You might get a fake out on the news. It's been interesting how gold's trading up here. It's high, I know, 3-month high. But it's interesting, it was trying to find some buys. You saw yesterday, and even the buyers haven't given up. so much. But today, I don't think we're going to take a trade before the news. We were, yesterday we were buying here, like literally all in here. Then last night we bought here. If you managed, if you were up, managed to work this 27.45, it went down a bit and punched up. Might do the same thing from this low. It's testing this low right now. You can literally see we're testing a low right now on gold. Could try to reverse back up from here, maybe like a bounce, but I don't think right now is the best time to take a trade unless you're already in like sells. It'd be better to wait in case the news dumps price more. Like if you're looking for buys, it's pretty aggressive before the news. You'd have to, manage your risk accordingly, because it could be an aggressive day. News, if anything, the news could dump price. If news dumps price, then I might watch for like a buy setup after. If the market dumps, because I'm not in sells. If price just dumps on the news, then maybe 15-30 minutes after the news, there's a buying opportunity. If not, then maybe it's just a chill day. Could be like that. Instead of looking for a trade right here, right now, before the news. I feel like today the news could just do anything, especially since Trump's speaking as well. So he speaks later. There's, first news. That's going to do whatever it's going to do to the market. Maybe it takes gold down. And then he speaks. That's your second news later on at 11 a.m. Anytime someone speaks, everyone's watching, the world's watching, the market's watching. So if someone political is doing a speech, everyone's going to be watching, paying attention to things they say, what they say, and try to gauge in some of the things that they're saying and form a market sentiment even off of that, a bias off of that. Like the market will have impact when he's speaking. Everybody wants him to talk about crypto. Maybe, but everyone's wanting the guy to talk about cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's still above 100K, which is pretty good, because there's been a lot of buying the last week. BlackRock, even the last 2 days, if you look at BlackRock on January 21st, January 22nd, this is in the millions. They bought 661 million, and then the next day 344 million worth of Bitcoin. Meanwhile, back here, they sold 124 million, 183. If you look at those prices, they're selling at lower prices, buying more back at higher prices. Even here, 258 million gone, 113 million gone. Oh look, let's buy back at a higher price. More. $8.9 out, oh, 89 in at higher prices. So BlackRock, you can see even on January 16th and 17th, took a little break and then boom, yesterday and the day before. So ETFs, while some coins are going down, some coins are going up. Trump coin mania, everyone's focused on the Trump coin. What will the Trump coin do? Everyone wants it to go to $1,000. ETFs are buying Bitcoin in large amounts. just in the last couple of days. So that's maybe why we've seen some of these pumps too. But down here, if you look at, you know, the price, we're at 100K here, or above 100K, which is still good. It could try to flush. It could try to flush to 100K today or even below it and still find buys. But when you look at, you know, where's January 8th, January 10th, January 7th, January 8th, January 10th. You know, you got January 7th, January 8th, January 10th, selling Bitcoin. And then up here, buying more. That's called FOMO on an institutional level. Everybody has FOMO, and you can see that right there. That's called FOMO. If you look at outflow of, let's say, Fidelity, 86 million, 258 million, 113 million. So that's here. It's all through here. It's from here to here. They buy back more than they sell at higher prices. On January 15th, January 17th, yesterday, day before January 15th, so higher, higher, higher. If you look at this ETF right here, from January 7th to 13th, they outflowed. January 7th starts right here. January 13th is down here. From here to here, they were outflowing hundreds of millions, 86 million, 258 million, 113 million. January 17th, 236 million. Where's January 17th up here? That is more than all of this. So they're looking at, oh, it's probably like, imagine you had this much Bitcoin and then you sold some and you're like, oh man, I had this much before and the market's at this, like, it could be FOMO. Even look at Bitwise. Out. Same as like that from January 7th, 8th, kind of to the 13th, 14th. When the market crashed. That's panic selling right there. The market, that was in here. All in here. Those outflows are coming. You could see January 13th. That's the last day where there was big outflows. January 13th is down here. Panic selling. It's not BlackRock selling necessarily, it's the investors. And then look at the amounts after the 15th, 16th, 17th, now the 21st. 15, 16, 17, up to the 21st. So yeah, Bitcoin's above 100, and the interesting news this week is, the big news is this week really, and then obviously on the weekend, big news coming this week, 2 days, especially for Solana on Friday, Saturday. Some big stuff potentially coming up for Solana, and several ETFs maybe might get approved this weekend on Saturday. So, you know, we're coming to the end of the week, but we got big news on the weekend coming up. We've seen a lot of ETFs buying big amounts of Bitcoin before that. And this weekend we have, you know, the first date kind of to pay attention to. There could be a lot of movement this weekend. in the market with the ETFs that are coming up. The first deadlines January 25th, most of them for Solana. So there's some big news this weekend going into February, March. And then on the 30th, you can see January 30th, another important one for Bitcoin and Ethereum. A lot of ETFs got added recently. So some meme coins, XRP, a lot of XRP ones, like filings for them. So this weekend is the day we've been anticipating. Time to see what happens in 2 days, basically, and how the market reacts to that. Maybe that's why the market's dropping right now, because there is a lot of ETF news. So if that ETF news gets approved, maybe everything gets bought again. A lot of altcoins are going down. There's big pullbacks on altcoins, meme coins, some majors pulling back too. Overall, like, Bitcoin still looks like it's holding strong. But yeah, that's going to be spicy, I think. Yeah, I'll probably wait for gold after news. Like I said, I'm going to let gold kind of just do its thing. I'm not in any trades. We were looking for buys last night, like I mentioned. I'm not trying to forecast yet. I'm not trying to forecast anything quite yet. I want to sit on the charts because, like I mentioned, I just said, right, guys? Trump speaks today, and there's news. So remember what I said like 10, 15 minutes ago? We just got on, right? We might be on for 2-3 hours, chilling, right? Like I said, today's a good day to be defensive, right? I just said that like 15 minutes ago. So don't worry. Like if I see something, I'll note it out. I'm gonna be on the charts, looking at gold, chilling like we usually do. Nothing to get in right now unless you're trying to be aggressive and hoping that 45 and 50 level holds. If the news, this 4 hour flips back up, like if you're looking for buys, it's pretty aggressive because we have news coming out. I don't see a sell from here. Might be a buy the dip scenario before the news, but you'd be prepared for that. If that doesn't hold, then maybe there's a setup after the news. If the market dumps more, maybe it dumps back to here even. If there's a big dump today, if there's a big dump in the market today, look left here. If it dumps down, it'll probably come to there, right? If it were to dump down, let's just say if price were to drop, it'd probably come down to like closer to here. Try to reach for that. Look to the left. If you look to the left, so if I were to enter now, I'd be in a small trade because it could come down to here, right? And if it goes up, it would fly up, right? Look at over to the left. If you look to the left, you can see like a little wick there at the top on gold. And we came right to that. Funny enough, we were talking about that on streams. When we were looking at the black chart on Monday. And if you go to Monday night, Tuesday sessions, and even yesterday morning, we were highlighting this area a lot. And I was saying, like, at some point price should go up, pull back, like maybe to here. You can see what price did last time. It was over there to the left. It ran up, it dumped down really quickly, but then that found a buy scenario. So that if price drops today, like, it has room to come down to here. See, previous resistance, look to the left, over more to the left. You can see that's the level we dropped down to, and we came right back up. So price could like, news could come out and price could just dump on the news, and then maybe turn into a buy after. That would be like, if I was looking for a scenario today, because today might be kind of like a unpredictable day with Trump speaking. That's the first time he spoke now since president on Forex Factory here, you could see. So who knows what he's going to say. It really impact the market, make gold dump too. Could make things move a lot. Some things down, some things up a lot. So like if you look at where it is on the chart and you compare to the left, you kind of compare the level. We don't really have like much of a support here to the left even. Like if you look at that wick to the left here, and then you go down, you can see where there's support all the way to the left here, where the market drops down to pretty far from where we are. And then you can kind of see like resistance where we are right now in price. If we look left, it shows it could pull back, like there may be a bounce, it would really have to hold on the news. But when we look left, it might be a little risky looking for buys. Now, like I said last night, if you're on the stream last night, I was saying this might be the last buy setup we find up here. And if after this, we might have to wait. Like the 27.50, it was a perfect reaction. Good profits could have been made on that move. We caught 27.50 last night. That's why, and I was saying on the morning yesterday, I was looking for 27.50. We caught it right there last night, live on stream. Yeah, that's where we bought. It gave us like 50, a little bit over 50 pips. You had maybe some time to get out as well before the market shifted. I was also talking about that 45. I would have, if I was up, I wasn't up, I would have took a buy at 45 for sure. The first time it was there. Now it's back at 45. Don't know if the market's going to hold here. I just don't like that we have major where we are now, like what, looking left. Again, it's things I was saying, looking left. If you dump like that, you get a big drop like that, you might on the news. I don't need to catch that move like that. Me personally, I don't care about catching if it dumps and sells, and I'm not in the sell. I don't really care. I'll rather let the market do that. If it does, wait for it, maybe 30 minutes after, 15-30 minutes if it dumps. So that might be an area we would come to today, kind of flush out price, which realistically is like a big drop obviously when you look at it. So if you're in sells up here, like the market could give you a 200 to 300 pip drop potentially into that area, which is pretty big. Me, if that happens, I'll sit on my hands and speculate, wait, maybe buy the dip, kind of like what happened over here. Might even happen when Trump speaks. Like unemployment claims could dump too. Trump speaks, so we'll see. We got 25 minutes till the news comes out. That's more my plan today. Like if the market retraces big enough, then possibly start to see if buys start to form. It could be one of those scenarios right here. Could be aggressive where price is at. Like we were looking for buys up here. We caught some. And like I was saying yesterday, if you pay attention to some of the words I say, like last night I was saying this probably be the last buy we look for in the market. And then I said if it breaks down, if you're on last night's session, I said if it breaks down and then pulls back to 27.50, 27.55, you could probably look for sells if you're on last night's session. And you remember that. There's some key things I say on every session. If you're on last night's session, there's a part where I was saying if it breaks down, it'll probably have a pullback to 27.50, 27.55, were the exact words I said last night on the stream 9 hours ago. Right here is where you have support. So if you're trading gold on the news, like you're really hoping the market holds here and gives you a bounce up. And this is just like a 4-hour correction that ends up flipping. That could happen. That's, you know, news can always do anything. I've seen a lot of stuff in the market with news events. But when you look at like last week, it's looking similar to something like this, maybe even building up a bigger correction. Only setup I would see right now would be this right here. Maybe there's a bounce in the market back up or a quick scalp. That's the only setup I would see right now, is this low. It's testing this low right now. Otherwise, other than that, let news come out. Like, do the news. Today's a good day to utilize something like the news strategy, where it could be an unexpected day of volatility. It's Thursday. If you've had a good trading week, you don't need to push yourself, right, on a day like today. But today's a good day where you want to. Today is a type of day where you want to reinforce a news strategy, and you don't want to be like, oh, stochastic's oversold, I gotta buy, or this is crossing over. There's 2 videos on news strategy on my channel. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of content already you can check out. Today's a good day to reinforce. Again, in trading, you got offense and you got defense. Most people are more offensive in trading. Most people are more aggressive, more offensive. Most people aren't as defensive as maybe they need to be in the market, which takes discipline, right? That takes discipline. It takes being patient. It takes waiting a lot, not being in trades all the time. So today is like that type of day where you want to reinforce something like the news strategy. Now, I've noticed some people commented and messaged me. Not everyone understands the strategy. It's not your practical everyday strategy. It's not your indicator strategy. It's a behavior strategy in the market. It's not your practical, oh, the indicator looks like this, or okay, I got this crossover and this is lining up. It's more of a type of behavior strategy with the market, like what the market tends to do on the news events. Not everyone understands this. I've even gotten comments, people saying like, I don't get it. Like, what's the strategy here? It's a behavior strategy. It's a news reversal strategy. And if you watch enough news events, you'll understand that news events tend to have a familiar tendency to them. And I talk about it in this video. And if you scroll down, there's another one down here that I talk about it on. If you haven't seen those 2 videos, you should watch them, and you should understand the information, especially on a day like today where there's news and the market could just whip down or whip up on impact. All I see right now for gold would be kind of like yesterday, like maybe like yesterday we were dropping coming into these hours. London's been bearish, so maybe New York bullish. Now when I say New York bullish, that could be after the news. Like, New York is not just 8:30, it's 8:30 to 11, 12, multiple of hours. So if it's London bearish, New York bullish, it could be with the news or after the news. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of things to understand on a day like today. Because if the market just flushes down, it could drive down for the first 30 minutes of New York session, or for the first hour of New York session before finding a buy. So that's why I'm gonna wait for the news to come out personally, because I understand on a day like today, multiple things can happen. I understand all the scenarios on a day like today. Some of you guys might be new traders and don't, but I've been trading for 10 years on these charts, and I understand what a day like today can bring and why you need to be more defensive and sit on your hands. Or you need to be calculated with your risk on it if you're going to take multiple trades on a day like today. Like, if you were to enter a trade before the news, maybe you wouldn't want to be too heavy on that trade and be prepared for the market, but be prepared that the market could do anything, right? So I'm chilling today because if news flushes out, if news drops, it still could be London bearish, New York bullish, just maybe between 8:30 and 9:30 more. But yeah, that's right now. If you're looking at gold, it's testing this low. You might get some scalping action here, or maybe on the bigger picture, the news rips price up. All I see, that's all I see right now. If you guys asking in the chat, all I see on gold right now is we're at the low. You could see the chart for yourself, right? Like, what's the chart showing you right now? You're testing this low. So what, in this situation, what could happen, right? The market could bounce, right? You don't have to be a trading genius to know that, right? You can look at the chart and see, well, what's to the left? That's what's in front of you. That's what, at times, you could maybe look at, okay, what's in front of me? Like, you don't have to be, you know, super high level trader to see what's in front of you maybe right now. Like this low maybe getting tested. Could be a bounce scenario where this low holds. You don't have to be like super knowledgeable in trading to see that. You can see the chart, right? London session's been bearish, and a lot of times New York can reverse. On a day like today with news, the market could still drop and reverse later in New York session, maybe between 8:30 and 9:30. Market gives a reversal. Like I said, I've got running over. I'm gonna watch gold, chill on the news. If you understand this, if you understand these videos, then you know what I'm doing today. And you know there's no rush to the market. If you're in sells already, then maybe something to break even if you caught sells. If you go on Monday session, before the market was this high, go on Monday session and watch. And go on Tuesday morning session before we were here. I pointed out this high and said, if anything, the market is going to break above and have a big pullback before going up. If you go watch Monday session, everything I talked about to here is happening now. I didn't catch the sells. So the reason I'm not being aggressive today and treating it like a normal day, guys, is because it's not a normal day. It's that simple. President Trump speaks, unemployment claims. It's not a normal day. And I'm not going to sell right now because the market's been dropping already. The reason I'm not being aggressive today is because it's not your everyday. If you do what I do, see, some of you guys go to the charts only maybe like once or twice a week, but I go to the charts every single day. So I have the flexibility to say, okay, today is not a normal day. Let me sit on my hands. But if trading's more like a hobby for you, and maybe you're coming to the charts a couple times a week, maybe here and there, you might be more eager to find trades. But for me, I go to the market every single day. So I have flexibility there to use my own discretion and say, okay, what is my narrative for the day? Like, because I go to the market every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? I'm able to see more setups. I'm able to see more possibilities. But at the same time, I'm able to be more flexible and say, okay, more defense, right? To each side, I'm able, every week, 52 weeks in a year, go to the chart every day. I'm going to see setups doing that. That's consistency. You go to the chart every day. You're going to see setups if you're not even looking for them, just by showing up every day. But if you're showing up to the chart maybe like twice a week, you're averaging down how many setups you're really going to see without having to look so much, right? Like, if there's, there's 250, I think, 2 trading days in the year, right? And let's say every week there's 2 or 3 good setups a week. You need the most of those days to get the most of those setups, right? Going to the chart every day doesn't have to be like a forceful thing, like I gotta sell right now. It could be, you're going to the chart every day, so long term, with 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, all the way up to 20 weeks, 30 weeks, 52 weeks in the year. That's the law of the average of numbers, right? When you talk about the law of numbers or the average of numbers, if you're building up more of something, you're going to see both sides more. Versus going to the chart once a week or once a day, and maybe you could be selective more. You have more flexibility going every day at the same time. You have more flexibility to say, okay, I know I'm coming 200 days in the year or 252 days in the year. I don't have to catch 252 trades. If I catch 100 good ones, if I catch 110 good trades, that's amazing. Think about the numbers. You're only going to get to 100 trades in the year over the time like that, right? So if you go to chart for 252 days in the year, right, and you take 100 trades in the year, that's going to be spread out, right? It's spread out more over time, right? You want to find those numbers more over time. Or if it's 1 trade a day, maybe you're taking 1 trade a day trying to get to that, but it might not even be that. There's going to be days you don't take a trade. There's going to be days you don't see anything. Or there's going to be days you might have missed the setup. And be like, no point in risking anything today. I'll come back later at a different session or tomorrow. But if there's this many trading days in the year, you don't have to, let's say you take 2 to 3 trades a week, right? You're averaging 104 to 152 trades a year through that year, right? If you're risking $1,000 per trade, you're putting on some good risk for the year. If you're risking $10 per trade, that's, your risk. But realistically, to get to 104 trades a year, like setups, you want to go by the days. Okay, day 1. Is there something here? Is there something not here? Okay, let's come back tomorrow. Day 2. It's the law of numbers. The law of averages. It gives you a few things. Like I said, flexibility, more, you can be more selective. You can be more defensive at times. Be like, kind of like I am right now because I had a good week. But if you're just kind of aimlessly, if you're not thinking about your numbers, so there's just ways to think about your numbers. Like if you're taking 1 trade a day, you got to think there's 252 trading days in the year. If you're taking 1 trade a day, how much are you risking per trade? There's some nice levels down here on gold that maybe come back way down there. If it dumps today, it could dump with unemployment claims and Trump speaking. Could be maybe a big drop today comes in. Like I was saying, beginning of the stream. I'm not looking for that drop though. I'm not sitting here like trying to catch a sell. I'll wait and see if it comes down there. That would probably be the buy zone for gold if we come down in there. If you're looking at more of the technicals too, like, you got your previous resistance here. I see I'm on the 4 hour. I see a like support candle here where my mouse is. Previous resistance. So that might be the buy zone. If it dumps down there today, or let's see, what is it? Thursday, Friday, next day. That's what I did last time I hit here. Had one candle. You can see that was new. That was pretty much this time. That would have been these hours right here. So that was the last time I hit this price. Last time I hit this price, as it was coming up to it, I mean, there was a time here it hit the price too. I mean, you can get a good idea by looking here to what could happen if price dumps, where it's likely to go. See, we hit that same point here. We talked about that on Monday. If you're on Monday night, or if you're on Tuesday, I brought all this up at the beginning of the week before the market. You know, I brought this up when the market was down here. If you go on Monday and Tuesday, we talked about this on Monday and Tuesday streams when before the market touched here. I was telling you guys about here. So like I said, what it's looking like and like my plan for today, and that's why I said today's a good day to reinforce this strategy, right? And first thing I said beginning of the stream is today's a good day to be defensive. Maybe not too much forecasting, because today's a fundamental. I think today's more of like one of those fundamental days, a day that I hate personally. News day, which I called. I like unemployment claims, but you got Trump speaking too, so it's like market doesn't know now. Market's like, what do we do? Depends on how unemployment claims comes out. If the forecast is a higher number, so it depends on how the actual comes out. If it's a high number, that'll be more negative for the dollar. But you still have President T speaking today, so today's one of those. It's not a forecasting day. Like, you know, if you've been on streams with me for the last, again, this isn't the first stream for some of you guys, so some of you guys should be up to par by now. This is like our 3, 7, 11, 12th stream, you know, like that's not our first time here, so some of you guys should know. Today's like one of your, you know, when it comes to forecasting the market, you have your technical analysis and your fundamental analysis, but there can be days where the market is fundamentally driven as well, where those might get in the way of some things you might see. But you can see gold right now, like it's pulling back. It might dump on the news to set up for a buy, depending especially how the news comes out. That's why I said we're just going to watch the chart today, not get any trades before the news. I said the only thing I see there is that low being tested, maybe for scalping. But again, like I said, use your discretion because it's aggressive. I said I'm going to wait for the news to come out, chill, maybe the news strategy. That's probably the best plan for today, unless you're in sells. Unless you're already in sells, that's pretty much like your angle today, right? I think maybe buys loading. Like I said, buys could be loading. You do have news coming out soon. So there's always a chance that, you know, buys are loading for the market. Buys are definitely like risky, but I mean that, like anything, like taking on risk is how you take on risk. That's what you do every day in the market, whether it's news or not. You're always taking on risk. So buys are risky, but like I said, a good plan for today. It's the first thing I said when I got on, guys. Just be patient. Remember what I said at the beginning of the session. There's offense and defense. Today's a day where you want to be a little more defensive, especially if you had a good week. Especially if you're looking for buys like I was. and chill out. Buys are aggressive. Like if you're taking buys, it's high risk, right? I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I'd have to be like big stops, low risk. There's what time is it? 8:26. 4 minutes till the news coming out. Market might break down more. It could break down more. Like you could still break down potentially. Like I've been saying, or the news is gonna flip up. Like that's when it comes to trading, that's the risk you have to take on. So you either plan something that you see, or you take on the risk of could happen. News is gonna come out in 2 minutes. It could either send price up or send it down. Do you want to take risk on that? That's the questions you have to ask yourself in trading, guys, so you don't get so emotional, right, in your trading. If not, it's just let the news do its thing. That's why this is the best news strategy you can do. You wait 15-30 minutes, you chill. Maybe it comes down to here, right? That's something you can plan around versus saying, because you got your previous resistance, you got your technical zone there, you got your previous structure, right? You're in your uptrend. So that's something you can plan more around. You can say, okay, there's a previous resistance here. I can see to the left, last time market came there, had a nice reaction, some support in here. So there's more planning there versus saying, okay, I'm going to buy when the news comes out or right, before the news. It's been dropping before the news. News is forecasted negative for the dollar, so that means like typically gold would go up on a negative news for the dollar. And London's been bearish. Maybe New York flips over. So it's planning around things. Like it's like, okay, if I'm going to take a buy before news, I just have to plan around that. Like I have to plan accordingly and understand, okay, I could get stopped out or I could be wrong. The market might not go my way. But you got to kind of plan and be able. It could be random at times. But if you flush down, you have more to plan around. If the market dips on the news, you have more to plan around. Yeah, 30 seconds. It's either news pumps, like I said, it's either news rips it up or we wait for a buy the dip scenario on the news. See what happens, because like I was saying, it could just crash out. Could crash out on price. No crazy impact there, so much. All right, no crazy impact. I might get into a buy on gold around this 27.40, 27.36 area, and see if that buy holds for the next like 30 minutes. Bounce up. Not much happened there. No crazy impact, if you could say. Let's see what the dollar did. Probably because, again, Trump speaks today, so maybe the market might be really waiting just for him to speak. Or 9:30, maybe 9:30 accepts the news differently. I think a buy might hold now on gold because not much impact there on dollar. Let's look at some of the dollar pairs. Yeah, nothing crazy there. Nothing too crazy. So it's definitely, market's definitely waiting for Trump to speak, because usually unemployment claims brings you a much higher impact than that. Nothing crazy there. Usually you get a much bigger impact on unemployment claims in the first minute, in the first 5 minutes. So maybe they're waiting for Trump more to speak. I thought price would flush down more. Personally, I thought price would try to dip more. Like, nothing really too exciting there. The market's definitely waiting for him to speak today. It looks like 2740, 2735 area for now is giving buys. Really wanted that. Well, I really wanted, like, if you go to the 4 hour, there's a support down here. So if you go in the 4 hour, there's a support around 2725, 2720, like all down here. Pretty far away, but not really at the same time, like, which has that previous resistance. That's where, like, if it would have been nice if price dipped down closer to there. And I'm wondering if with volatility that's going to come later with Trump speaking, if that could still happen later on with Trump speaking later, because I see unemployment claims didn't have too big of an impact there on the market. So I'm still thinking even maybe later the market still could try to find there if there's volatility, more volume later in the market. And then that's where, you know, I think the buy setup is definitely more favorable. For now, it might be scalping, seeing if things stick, which is back over here where, again, same thing I was highlighting kind of at the beginning. I'm wondering if later on when Trump speaks with, you know, that the volatility that the market will bring then. For now, it looks like it's just holding 2740. Kind of one of those $10 levels on price. Yeah, usually unemployment claims, and it's come to my moving average, would you? Look at that. Yeah, it's not so far off that candle here, like this zone. Still kind of like price more for, you know, buys. I'm looking at the market more like I look at this down move, and now I'm like, okay, more down. Looks more like it's a kind of correction here, building up. We got 4 hour. If you go 4 hour daily on gold, you'll see the zone. It's pretty clear right there. If you go on the daily, and if you go on the 4 hour, you can see the area I'm talking about. This is a 4 hour chart. This chart has been the 4 hour, this one that I've been on. You could clearly see like the area that maybe we come to. It could later, so I would maybe even put alerts around there. Keep an eye on the market, like just monitor. I like to monitor the price, you know, I'll just on my phone sometimes and see just quickly what the price is at, and I'll know. But that area really stands out to me for maybe the next, like, buy the dip scenario on gold, if it were to come to there. unemployment claims usually moves more than that. Usually it's like more high impact, like intense. And it usually has like a bigger sudden impact. Didn't do too much. It looks like the market, yeah, not doing too much. It's just testing right now. Yeah, that's honestly probably for today something you can wait for if you're just chilling. Maybe in tomorrow, like today, tomorrow, next week. Looks like it's gonna dump down there. That's what I was initially thinking beginning. At the most, it could come, like if you look here, boom. This area. Probably the next candle will get down there. Probably the next candlestick will drop down there. If you look at this, boom, one candle, two candle. And the next candlestick, Trump speaks. So when this candlestick closes, the next one opens, he'll be speaking on that next one. So like I said, today, good day to reinforce, be defensive. You could wait for that today, really. Like I said, today's not a normal day, like a regular day that we're gonna approach the market like, yo guy, buy now. It's like just chilling right now. Today, if we're buying today, if we're buying right now, it'd be a hopeful day. It'd be more hopeful than other days we've seen. It'd be a really hopeful day. Like I said, I've given you guys the plan like 7 times now for the day. Like if the market flushes down today. So again, this is like the 8th time. Market flushes down today. You could wait for just a buy the dip scenario, right? Potentially from that area. You could see it clearly on the chart for those asking, right? If it drops, it drops. Don't really care, right? I wouldn't sell. I don't like green candles. I don't like to chase the green candles. It'd be the same as this scenario right now. Not going to chase a red candle for sells, even though I know it could keep dropping 200-300 pips. Like I said at the beginning of the session. That's your angle for today, guys. Like I've been saying, I even said this Monday. You could wait for that, literally. If you took 2750, maybe you didn't like take it last, like 2750 we took last night. So if you're on stream last night, we took it right here. So you would have been able to get break even or profit or a small profit or a small loss or maybe stop loss hit if you didn't close it. We entered it right here though at 2750. We didn't enter it anywhere after. So if you entered it here, I was sleeping. I was asleep at that point, so we entered it right here on the live. So that would have been profit or break even, worst case, or if you didn't close it, small loss. I said if it goes to 45, I'll look for an entry, but I missed that entry. You could have maybe got another entry at 45. So if you had an entry at 2750 and 2745, both would have went in profit again if you're able to hold on. You might have been able to close one more time. So it's like, well, we took our entry exactly here last night. So our trade, if you bought here, you had a completely different trade than what we had last night. So yeah, if you bought 2750, not the same trade that we took. We bought right here. Our trade was here. We were in profit here. It's not the exact same trade, so we literally bought at these candles. That's why, I was mentioning 2750 all day yesterday. If you bought after, that's kind of on you. You could have waited for 2745, like I said. I said watch 2745, 2750, or 2750, 2745. I said, guys, go back and listen to the things I say on the streams. If you listened last night, I was saying this is probably the last buy we're gonna get here on gold. Maybe this is the last buy we're looking for. If you go back, that's exactly what I was saying. I'm not in a buy. I might take one. Like I said, 15-30 minutes after the news. I'm gonna wait 15-30 minutes. I might take one. If I enter one, I'll let you know. But like I said, guys, it's a chill day. You gotta calm your keisters. If you're in a trade, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the I don't know what the market's gonna do. We don't have a crystal ball, guys. I'm just waiting till I see something, till I see a reaction, till I see a candle. But I'm not selling right here. I'm not gonna sell. I'm not scalping sells. If I was maybe on my own, I would have maybe scalped something, but waiting for a clear setup that we can all look at, right? That makes sense. Might come from down here. Because when Trump speaks, the market could dump when he speaks too. Like this candle's dropping, the next one could drop because he speaks on the next one. That's why I gave you the mindset of the day. When I first jumped on, I said, today's a good day to be defensive. First thing I said, that's what I'm doing. If you caught a sell, that's good. I wish I caught sells, but I was looking for buys at 2750 last night. It was going. It was trying to hold that 4 hours looking good, and then it just flipped. It wasn't giving up last night, but let's see here. Yeah, there's like a little move there, but wait. Yeah, that low failed. This is some like ugly looking chart for gold. Yeah, like we could like see like what the market looked like here. It's looking pretty similar at the moment. So suggesting it could drop down more before, again, I'll buy the dip like this. This move here. What I set, no, I wouldn't set limits there because the market could be volatile today. I'd be trying to set alerts, like just be watching price when it's there, because it might go down into the zone, right? If Trump speaks and there's like a lot of, or when he speaks, there's a lot of volume in the market, like he says something crazy, who knows? Even close to there's like a support candle. Not that much farther off. There's a support candle there around 27.25. And that kind of lines up with previous resistance as well. I think, yeah. So even not that far off, like you could see down here, there's a support candle as well, the red one. Why is that a support candle? Well, look at it's the idea that there's a bearish candle, but straight after the market runs up higher. So support was created there. So you see that candle around there, which is pretty much like that area. Not too far from it. Right here. So to me, I think today, maybe going into tomorrow, I think a setup's shaping up. Market for a Thursday, 8:30, Not much right there on that unemployment claims. I think the market's shaping up. This is a correction. We need a 4-hour bullish close. We haven't had one of those. So if you're watching the market, like I'm going to be probably for the next like 4 hours. Could be even waiting for like a 4-hour bullish close to appear. As you can see, we've just had kind of red candles, red candles, red candles. They haven't been extremely bearish until now. So it could be shaping up for a buy. If the market closes more bullish. Like there's a zone here, the first zone, it's pretty big. It's about 100 pips. It's 27.40, 27.30. The next zone is lower where my eyes were kind of seeing personally. So fair value, you know, there's a first zone here that I don't see, but I kind of see it because I drew it here. I guess I do kind of see it right here. I guess I do. Because now I see there's one there. There's a fair value gap that we're in right now. I guess I did kind of draw it there, but I see down here as well, which is down here pretty much. Yeah, where have I drawn lower? I've drawn around 27.15, 27.22. Yeah, in there. We have, that's like pretty much where I was drawing down here. So there's two zones I see, like one we're in right now, currently, that could turn into a pop-up. And then what I was first going over, I'm just seeing that more now. Kind of saw it here with that first green box I drew. Kind of started to see it a bit there. But if you remember, the first thing I was talking about was a bit lower, right? But now there's this zone, which is 27.40. There's a fair value gap in there. You can see that green little rectangle. This, to me, looks more corrective. I don't know. This to me, looks like a correction. Like, let's zoom out. We zoom out. Correction. 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 That's what it looks like more to me, like one of those movements. It's kind of corrective. If you're familiar with the term correction, it's basically when the market goes up, down. The pullbacks we call corrections. They have a corrective style to them. That's what we call a pullback in the market, is a correction. So like for instance, the market will bend, so there's a trend, right? It'll bend up, it'll go, but it'll correct itself before going up again. Correct itself, go up again. Correct itself, go up again. Correct itself. That's what I really see, right? Go up again. So these are all of these bearish moves, these arrows, we call those corrections. It looks like we're in one right now, personally. That's what I see. Yeah, tricky market today with Trump speaking, but you could look between, like it's a big zone. Usually they're not always this big, but the market, that's the thing about the market, is sometimes the zones are 50 pips, sometimes they're 20 pips, sometimes they're 100 pips, to be honest. With gold, especially these days, it has a lot more volatility. So gold can be annoying sometimes. It could come to a zone and go underneath it and still hold it, and it can work in bigger areas. Like you might take a trade on gold and it goes against you, and then later on you look at it and like, oh man, I should have held that trade. The first zone that it might find some buying pressure out of is between this 27.40, 27.30 zone. So you have in the middle 27.35. So between here we might see a buy. If not, that first analysis that we gone over pretty much all session, like coming down to here, seeing if that does something from the 4-hour time frame. That's all I see is this and this one with the green box. That green box could hold. It's a fair value gap. For anyone who's new, it's kind of an more advanced term. In the beginning, they're hard to see. So there is a pretty cool indicator on TradingView that highlights them in the moment. Pretty hard to see, like, I'd say for a new trader, maybe hard to understand for the eye. They work well. There are a lot of traders use them for different things. I use them kind of like for supply and demand zone, support and resistance, basically. Some traders use them as magnets where the market can draw to. If there's any questions, type in the chat. We're chilling. This is all I see right now, like in front of us. You can see the fair value gap zone. It's that green rectangle. The other one is down here, which is where I have my zone, my other zone. That's all I see right now for gold. It's a high risk trade. This is a high risk setup. I like it. That's all I see. It's high risk. Do we have a lot of news today? So take at your own discretion. Looks like it might try to work out of this zone. There's a fair value gap there. If you don't know what it is, I don't have any videos on it, and I don't really do training on it because I just trade them myself, and I use this indicator. I've never really like done any videos on them or anything. I've just learned about them and kind of know how they work more myself, and I like to use this indicator. If you ever see large candlesticks, I'll go over some basics of it. That might hold, but Daddy Trump speaks today. Wonder what the U.S. is not going to announce or talk about Bitcoin until they're ready to push the buy button, guys. Because if they talk about their strategic reserve plans, other countries could basically front run them, you know? So they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna really say their plans about that, right? But when you look at, there's states in the US, I don't think they're gonna, talk about their strategic plans of Bitcoin. If you want to see a guy who hates Bitcoin, it's called Peter Schiff. He hates Bitcoin. I bet he low-key has some because he's gold. He has a company for gold. So BTC 110. No, it's at 100,000 gold buys tonight. Whoa. What's going on, Daniel? BTC to 110 today. Gold dump BTC. Damn, bro. All right. Gold dump, BTC buys gold. Yeah, they dump gold, they buy the Bitcoin. GU sells. Can I check? Trump talks about wars being over gold. Yeah, if wars, yeah, I always thought that if he talks about wars being over, but I mean, look what happened 2 weeks ago. There was a huge attack. 110 people died. So, it's not, I mean, who knows if there's another outbreak. But yeah, if he says we're gonna end the war today, we just signed like a peace, then yeah, gold could probably dump then, because then it's like more like that's why gold's gone up all year. And oh, what are you saying? Are you saying they dump Bitcoin, they dump gold, and they buy Bitcoin today? That's what you're saying. Maybe it's Bitcoin buys. Bitcoin's back in our zone that we bought it. It's above 100. As long as we stay above 100, like I think we're pretty good for now on a technical standpoint. Maybe it holds 100, rips above 100 is good price action to see. Like you could get maybe some demand there above 100. Obviously, BlackRock just whaled into Bitcoin yesterday and the day before. So like MicroStrategy also, like a lot of buys been happening. El Salvador's buying again. I'm gonna keep continuing to buy every day. Damn, bro, BTC to 110 today. Let's hope. I'll be a happy guy. You'll see me ordering some donuts. If we stay above 100, that's very possible. If the price action just maintains above 100, that's very possible. Let's look at gold. It's in that zone. Gold's gonna just play in this fair value gap on the 4-hour. Gold's gonna just kind of mess around here. Maybe dump today. Gold could kind of do anything today. Yeah, if you look at this, like, but this guy hates Bitcoin. If you want to see someone who hates Bitcoin, go look at that guy. Damn, Daniel. Getting my bias either way. All right. I like the bias. That's what you got to do. You got to form a bias and stick with it. You got to make a plan and be either you're going to the charts and you're bullish or you're bearish, right? Either you're going to be right or wrong. If you're good at trading, you're going to be right more than you're wrong. So the goal in trading is to be right more than you're wrong, yeah. But when you're wrong, it's good to be. I talk about it. There's a quote. So I'll pull it up. I'll pull the quote up, actually. Yeah, I just thought of it. There. It's in one of my videos. The trading plan video. Where is it? Let me find it. So where's that quote? I'm gonna find it. Here we go. This is a good one. George Soros. Well, of course. If you know, you know. It's not whether you're right or wrong, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. So he's basically saying it's okay to be wrong, but when you're wrong, it needs to be less than when you're right, no matter what. Like, that's just all he's saying there. He's like, just make sure your wins are bigger than your losses, basically, is what he's saying. Like, it's okay to be wrong. And he's basically saying you will be wrong at times. Gold bias looks like this, fair value gap zone. I'll explain a little bit about fair value gaps because I know I just brought up something that some of you guys may not know. You're probably like, what the heck does that mean? It's that green box. Again, usually they're found with large, we call them large institutional candles like this. See this green one? See that big green candle there? How it has a lot of body to it. Not so much wick on the bottom, but there's a very, very large body on that candle. That's a basis of it. They're often where these bigger, large candles are, where there's an imbalance in the market. So I'll look for large candlesticks with very small or no wicks, basically, between two smaller candles. If you're looking at this candle and this candle, they're pretty small, but you have that very large candle in there. You get used to seeing them. They basically they show you where there's an imbalance also in the market. Kind of like here. It looks like maybe Buddy's right. Oh, maybe you're right, bro. Maybe it's Bitcoin rips up above. If we stay above 100, we could rip up. Possible, but if this one holds, then no. Might hold this 2740, 2730 area. So when I look at areas like this, I consider what's in the middle is a 5. You have 2740, 2735, 2730. So it could work in that whole area. Work off of these prices, potentially. That's what I see right now. If when Trump speaks there's random volatility, then yeah, the next one down here, like come down to the, if we go back to the white chart, I was doing analysis over here with lower zone. Strategic reserve, they're not gonna say anything about that, because if they do, then boom, next thing you know, China, Russia, this buys, like everyone just starts buying Bitcoin. If USA is like, we just bought, everyone's gonna buy Bitcoin. If USA is like, we just bought Bitcoin, it looks like states are. Michael Saylor gave them, I think, a way to clear their debt with Bitcoin recently. But like, it could overall work that area, like entries around 2740, 2735, 2730, even if it digs down there. Like, you'd have to be prepared to scale in small or pip and dip, small reactions, because it's a big zone. And it could still work the zone, but work out of it. Like, you see how it reached for like 2735 there? Almost hit 2735 there. I like to be bullish and bearish, buy and sell at the same time. It has to go in one direction. That's fire. I'm gonna take note of that. Let me write that down. Fuck, bro. This guy's living in 2030. Yo, this guy's literally living in the future right now. What? Most people don't know. You gotta find, like, everyone asks me about taxes, man. Why? There's people who are really qualified and have jobs that can teach you a lot about it, you know? Like, there's really, like, you could go set up a meeting with someone who's called an accountant, and they could teach you way more than I could. Trust me. Like, trust me. Like, I would talk to a professional about that. Never sell your Bitcoin. That's it right there. You know, this guy's living in 2030. He's buying and selling at the same time. I usually go in with the mindset like, I'm either buying today or selling today, and I'm gonna be right or wrong. The market's either gonna be a buy or a sell. That's how I keep things simple. I'm either going for a buy or sell, but bro's taking a buy and a sell and figuring out which one is right or wrong. This guy. What's a good trading? There's trading in the zone. This is a good one. Well, read these two books. This one's great. You might be like The Mental Game of Poker. And then this is a good one. Trading Beyond the Matrix. It's like the red pill, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill talk. It's by some doctor guy. It's like the red pill, blue pill for investors. It's a good book. Trading Beyond the Matrix. Mental Game of Poker. Read this book. Read this. Okay, it's on Amazon. You might be able to find, you know, those like PDF versions. You might be able to find PDF versions. Okay, like I didn't get an entry on gold, but if it comes back to the zone, I'll try to take one. I'll try to get an entry if it ever comes back. Maybe if it comes back. If. Yeah, like it's 30 pips up now. It could easily pull back. Like if you're in it, you could, like, because this would be a time where I'd be like saying pip and dip if I was in. If I caught 27.40 or 27.35, this is a time I'd be like, yo, pip and dip it, so it's not worth it. It could pull back or just keep running, so I'll wait. I missed that. Wasn't quick enough. It's not where when the candle's green, like unless the 4 hours closer to closing and it's like solidifying like a potential bullish close, then yeah, you could enter more on a green candle, but it's better to kind of like wait for the wait like prices. Like that's why I like to use the prices on gold. When we talk about gold, and whole numbers, gold really respects the whole numbers. So $5, $10 levels, psychological numbers, round numbers. Every trader, like a lot of traders pay attention to this because they act like support and resistance. But I like to use these for my entries because they're easy to spot. They influence price behavior. A lot of traders use them for their entries, their stop losses, or their exits. And big players react to them. So like, see how it was just at 43? Like, imagine entering as you don't enter as it's moving like that. You enter more when it's dropping, if anything. So when it makes that move, you can get out. You don't chase the price when it's a green candle like that. You wait for the price you're like 27.40 or 27.35. Below 27.40 would be great. 27.40, 27.38, 27.37, like 27.35. That would be better, right? So if when it goes green, you can even take profit, pip and dip. Versus when you chase a green candle, you could go quickly negative 20 pips, and it's like it's better to just chill. Maybe chill. Like, see. You don't got to chase the green candle. It's better to enter in the zone or at the price, like the price. So with whole numbers, it could be the $10 levels, like $10 levels, $5 levels work very, very common. They influence a lot of price behavior because big players react to them, like banks, institutions, and just traders in general often place their orders near the $10 levels or near the $5 levels. So naturally, it's like a psych level. It's very psychological. Naturally, you'll see the market react off of these levels, like a support or resistance, or like a ball, like a quick bounce, like bouncing off the levels. That's where I made the strategy pip and dip, right? The term pip and dip and the strategy pip and dip. I have a tool I made 5 years ago, a long time ago. Maybe one day I'll show you guys the tool a long time ago, and that I use, and it basically just gives you different eyes. It's like putting on glasses for the market. It's basically just like putting on a piece of glasses that give you a new layer of eyes, helps you see things you might not see that are really clear and simple at times. One day I'll teach it, maybe later on in the year. For now, just keep learning, keep tuning in. But pip and dip strategy, I made about 5 years ago. Me and one of my trader friends, a close friend of mine, strategized on a strategy like 5-6 years ago because we've been trading gold for the last like 8 years. I didn't trade gold my first 2-3 years. So I was kind of scared of it in the beginning. Most traders are kind of scared of maybe gold in the beginning. But the reason we like gold is because we can go to it and catch a quick 30-50 pips. Sometimes 50 to 100, like in 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours. We can catch a quick move in and out sometimes, or multiple moves quick. We can catch more than one move multiple times, and it can add up to catching a lot of pips. But another reason why a lot of people like gold is because how it swings too. It makes these big swing moves, right? Big expansion moves where it can really swing for the week or days. If you hold gold for a couple days, you could catch hundreds of pips on it if you're trading in the right direction of the trend. If you're trading in the right direction of the trend, right, and the trend's going up on the 4 hour and it's pulling back, right, and you might see like a resistance there and it's pulling back to the low. If you can catch like a buy in the trend and hold those types of moves, you can catch hundreds of pips on gold. It's just the holding time is hard. It takes maybe a couple days to hold it to catch those moves, which is the hard part with gold, because you could take a trade on gold and it could go 50 pips in profit in 5 minutes, and you might close it, and then you're like, I should have held. Like, the hard part with holding trades with gold is that you can enter it and it could instantly go into profit 80 pips, and you're like, damn, I'm up 80 pips, I gotta close. And that I could go fast into profit. As much as you're looking for a big swing, you're looking for like a 200 pip trade, a 200 pip swing, but it could go as quickly into profit 80 pips and take way longer to go to 200 pips. It looks like it wants to hold like this area for now. That fair value gap, we got the green zone. You'll see those on my chart, so now you guys know. I like to keep those on my chart. I don't always show them. Now you guys know. I got 2 monitors here that I look at too. But that, usually the green zones. If you go, I think it's by Uncle Sam on TradingView. Someone like that, Nephew Sam or something. I'm gonna look for entries around or even below 2740 if it can go below, to be honest. 2740 and below is what I like. And I'll look to like day trade or scalp that. 2740 or below I like. 2740 or below on gold. The other markup is like maybe for later, like when if this doesn't hold, like later on in the day, like if you get a big dump today. That's not really right now. That might not happen. This could play out, and that doesn't have, like, that's maybe for later or later on in the week, another time, something to kind of keep on the back burner. Potentially, like another zone. If it gets down there, but I like gold 2740 or lower for buy entries. Getting used to this new schedule. I gotta change my sleep. I'll figure out my sleeping routine. I find gold so much easier than currency pairs. Honestly, me too. What advice would you give to a person who has reached his daily, weekly target? Use a lighter risk. Like, look at the profit you're up and say, okay, I'm gonna only risk a percentage. Like if you're up $100, risk $10. You know, won't hurt. But if you hit your target you could hit your target for the week on a Wednesday. And I think when you hit your target, it's just stopping, giving yourself that discipline and ability to stop, because most people don't have that. Even there's times where I'll do 200% in a couple days and I don't stop, and it's like, oh man, I should have stopped, right? If you hit your target, because that's the thing in trading, the beautiful thing about trading is it's like, yeah, you have your week, but your week doesn't have to be a week to get paid, right? Like when you have a 9 to 5, we're used to Monday to Friday, right? Showing up every day and going to work, so at the end of the week we can get our paycheck, right? Or the next week. In trading, you could by Wednesday hit your goal for the week or be profitable. And your week's basically done, you could say. By Tuesday, it could be Tuesday. It could be Tuesday night and you're in profits for the week. You're profitable. And that's the time where most people don't stop, and I think it'll build character if if you're able to just stop and then just go continue your regular life at that point. It'll build more discipline and character if you can say, okay, I hit my goal. Let me go ride my bike. Like, I don't know. Let me go do my hobbies. Let me go do other stuff outside of the trading world. Maybe backtest, journal my trades. That would create more, Pip and crash. We call it that now. We'll call it the Pip and crash. I'll put the Discord link in the chat. I know we don't have it there. Because there's going to be weeks where you're like, man, I should have stopped. You're going to go through a cycle a lot of times where you're profitable and then you give half of it back to the market. You're profitable Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up into Thursday, or up into like this time of the week, and you give half of it back to the market. So there's going to be times, yeah, I snuck in there on that little pullback, but not a lot. I was hoping it would go a little bit lower than 2740. One day I might do pre-London session. I like mornings. I like this time. This time's good. I don't know if any of you guys were able to quickly get there when it pulled back to 2740. Looks like it's accumulating. I'll talk more about this in a... Yeah, see, the zone's kind of holding. Maybe the 4 hour closes and it just rips up. Yeah, like, there's been a lot of weeks where I'm like, I make money and I give half of it back to the market. Like, I'll make money Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, half of it back to the market. So it's like, if you're profitable, you got to think of this. Like, let's say you only, so there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Let's just say, for instance, let's just say you didn't trade Fridays. Let's just say Fridays is the day you don't trade. So you only trade 4 days a week. If you're profitable Monday and Tuesday, that's 50% of your week is done. So it's like, when you look at time in the week, if you're profitable Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like you're done for the week. No matter the amount of money, I think it's acquiring that discipline. I wish I hammered it there. Were any of you guys able to sneak in buys on gold? Should have hammered it there. Oh well. At 2740. It's holding that fair value gap, which a fair value gap is a price imbalance when and where the market has moved really, really quickly, leaving little to no trading activity in that area or in one direction. It's basically like a really large candle that moves quickly in one direction and is between two smaller candles that leaves little to no wicks. There's often like a gap created that leaves like a lot of space open and it kind of empty in the market. Like this big candle before we were here, like if we look at it before, like this candle here leaves like a big gap, an open space in the market. So it's like a gap where it's a gap that's kind of created where price kind of likes to retrace to. It's kind of like a magnet and it fills in the space. They matter. They're important because like you'll see a lot of times them get filled. So the market likes to trade to them. So they're liquidity zones as well for institutions and big players. Big players may place orders in these imbalances or these gaps to balance out their positions. But you can watch fair value gaps, like watch how price reacts when it comes to it. Like if it reacts strongly, it's a good sign. You can see one here. Yeah, I'm not always good at seeing every single like clear. Some traders are good at, like, it depends on your eye and trading too. Some traders are better at spotting them naturally. There's indicators and tools you can use. I kind of add like a layer that if there's one you don't see, it's like, oh, I didn't see that one. but the mark, I can see it on the indicator. So this area, it's a liquidity zone. I like to call it like a volume liquidity zone. You often hear me on the sessions talking about, oh, there's volume here, we got a volume zone, we got the zone of volume here. You might hear me say those terms if you've been on the sessions, right? Traders will use them for entries, so looking for price retracing into the gap to enter trades inside of it, or to target something. Like a lot of people target, like some people use them different. Like every trader uses, like there's traders that use them different. I use them to trade inside of them. I like to see how the market reacts inside the fair value gaps. But some traders will use it to understand the market's going to go here. Like I'm going to target that fair value gap. Like the market's going to go to here. A lot of traders who do that, who are good at that. So you got to create a good rhythm around that style and flow with the market. Like eight 8:30 a.m. Higher time frames. I mean, not necessarily any time frame. Oh, man, once you get good, you'll see them on the 5 minute. You'll see them on the 1 minute. Like honestly, is 4 hours stronger than one? Like I wouldn't say so. Then I've seen 1 minute, five. Like you'd be surprised. But for me as a I like the 4 hour in general. So I'd say in general, the 4 hours is a stronger time frame. In general, when you're looking at candlestick closures, it can have a bit more accuracy. It's not as frequent. You know, there's a lot of separation between the candle closes on the 4 hour. Broker I trade. I use them because they do fast withdrawals. Like there's not a lot of brokers that will do fast withdrawals in crypto. All right. So they offer good features there. Soon they're going to be adding Trade Locker to it. The broker I use, they do really fast withdrawals, so that's why I use them. Because I like to pip and dip and flip and pip. So if I do a quick flip and it's a good day, I had a big day, big day, big week, I like to have a fast withdrawal. So that's the one I use. Some of you guys got in, only a handful of people. Let me know if you got in. If you got in that trade, hopefully. I wasn't quick enough and got only one entry at 27.40, like a small one. It's coming to fill this candle. You can see one candle here, one candle up here. There's a big gap in the middle. But I like the way that 4 hours is holding on gold. I just put it in the chat. I just put the broker I use in the chat. I like to use them because of fast withdrawals. Fast withdrawals daily or by the next day, sometimes same morning. Like if you do it at the right time, like if it's late in the night, maybe one that opens up in the morning, like operating hours. Well, they're quick, they're on it. Because they have like 24/7 support. You message their support, they message you like quickly. We'll be on for a bit this morning. Maybe I can find an entry on gold. I have one at 27.40, but I wanted to scale in. I want to see if we could go below it one more time. 27.40 or lower is good still. Like the market, you guys seen gold yesterday. It can always fluctuate and pull back, and you can scalp into a bigger move. It could always pull back to 27.40. Like, no problem. 1 second, I'll be back. Give me a minute. sometimes trade Bitcoin on the weekend. Sometimes. Bitcoin. Raphael, done for the day. See you later. Pip and dip. That's pip and dip for you. Wait till you guys... Wait till I put together like a... I'm really creative. A strategy, maybe some months from now. We'll keep banging out these lives. You guys will be excited. If you guys have gotten value so far, if you've gotten value in the Discord, a lot more coming in the future. You can go through some of the blueprints and just kind of get some ideas. For anybody who's new, if you haven't seen those already, go through them, because I'm going to be making trainings on all of these blueprints, and I'm going to be adding more. I don't want to spam it and add so much. I want you guys to read it all. And as I add more, make sure everybody's read everything. Keep adding stuff in the near future. YouTube videos always get uploaded weekly, but there's some also books here, little resources, and some old recordings. Some old crypto recordings and some training strategy recordings there, actually. Maybe some old stuff you can get some info from. What Trump, I don't know, what town does he speak in? Maybe Washington or New York, maybe. Oh wow, he's, oh no. Wait. Okay, this is different. This is in Switzerland. No? Appear virtually at the World Economic Forum, so it's virtually. But that's the World Economic Forum. Scheduled to President Donald Trump is scheduled to appear virtually World Economic Forum. Over 3,000 public and private sector leaders, according to the group. The Senate could vote on additional Trump nominees. Anything about Bitcoin? Anything about crypto? Yeah, looks like it's a virtual meeting. Bitcoin going up today, maybe. I mean, BlackRock's been buying. Like, look how much BlackRock bought last 2 days, right? Like I mentioned already. Big buys we've been seeing on ETFs. Well, the biggest one, BlackRock. A little bit before that on some of the smaller ones. Maybe it's a market pump, because that's some big buys at higher prices now. And we know after inauguration, typically Bitcoin prices explode a couple weeks after, maybe the following week or the following 2-3 weeks. Yeah, BTC moving. It came back to our zone that, again, remember I was saying last night, these scenarios set up for the buys. These dips. That's how we were able to catch this one. The other day when Trump was speaking, everybody wanted to know what the market was doing, and I just kind of saw this setup, right? I gave out that was 600 pips or 6,000 pips if you know. That moved nice. Literally, that's the same zone we just came back to. If you look at price now, it's pretty much around the same area with the wicks where there's demand. We can see demand here. You spot demand by looking. People ask me a lot, Evan, what's supply and demand? What is supply and demand? They might think it's such a term that's different from, like, it takes knowing so much, but it takes visually really seeing where, you know, okay, like I could see demand came here, right? Why? Well, when I look at that candle and where it took price, when I look at that candlestick and where it took price, where did that candle take the price, right? So we try to come back to demand. We try to come relatively back to demand. Where does this candle take price? So there's demand there because that candle takes price up, right? So we come back to demand. So this takes price up. We come back to demand. Maybe Daniel's right. Rivera, maybe you're right. Yeah, Canadian. International, it's not a US broker. It's only like follows the international. It's Canadian regulated. It's not in USA. Maybe gold rips. Bitcoin's ripping. I'll be happy if we rip today. We might, because look at BlackRock buying yesterday. BlackRock bought 334 million. 661 million the day before. Not to mention what they bought before. Like we said last night, as long as we stay above 100, we'll be good, you know. If we go below 100, what do we expect? Okay, 97, 95, but we'll still be good. That Bitcoin going down just won't be good for all the other coins. Is ICP? Like I said, ICP below 10 is good. If you hold that for a year, you know how people say I bought Solana at 20 bucks. One day you'll say I bought ICP at under like 10 bucks. Just think of that. You know how right now, like me, I bought Solana at 28 bucks. Right now I have a story to tell. You know those stories people have, like me, I bought Solana at 28 bucks. Or I have a story to tell. I bought Ethereum at 70 and 30 bucks. And when I really bought was even 300 bucks. I bought Ethereum at 300 bucks as well. Stories like that to tell. I bought Bitcoin at 1,200 bucks. ICP could be one day. I bought ICP at 10 bucks or under 10 bucks. Okay, it's a really good project. A good friend of mine really informed me on it. A good trader friend of mine really informed me on it for like an hour. We had a good call. I watched a lot of videos over the last 2 weeks too. I mean, they're solving a problem that, you know, when you look at the ICP ecosystem, when you talk about utility is definitely there, right? When you talk about the ecosystem, and they definitely solve problems, like especially with no middlemaning for a lot of these things. The games, like they have like that chat, like that Telegram chat almost that's powered by, like, they have a great ecosystem of things. And what these things do compared to modern day everyday things, it just cuts out that middleman of everything, of like, so the ecosystem for ICP, like, I really started to study it lately, and I'm like, man, like I've already been holding ICP, but I'm like, I need more, because I'm like, what if this becomes a big project? Like their ecosystem's huge, right? The thing that you can develop a lot on it, like you could make your own website powered by ICP on like without needing to like much like being a website person. I mean, they have a good, I would say, really ecosystem of things that you can do. Gaming, different narratives. So I think like buying this coin is like a story one day to be like, I bought ICP at $10, like, you know, or under $10. I bought it at 7, 8 average if you DCA'd it. Like I got some down here. I got some in here, and I got some in here, and I got some now. So it's like, you know, this thing rips to 100. And it came in, the time this coin came in, because I've been in crypto for a while now. I remember when this coin launched. It came in a bear stage in terms of phases for crypto, market phases, right? You came in, let's see, let's find a picture here. We can describe this, explain this. In terms of phases, ICP came in the bear stage. It came out public, the token, everything in the stage where market was bearish. So this is like its first kind of like phase that it could be entering for bull, like when altcoin season comes. It never really, the time it came out, the token was released, was in a bear stage. Which was like all in here. It came out like in this. And the peak was already found on Bitcoin and everything went up. I think it might be one of those coins. It's like I bought this at $10. Or me, I bought Bitcoin at 12. One of those stories. I bought XRP at 10 cents, 20 cents, and 50 cents. Crypto's looking strong today. Crypto's looking strong, guys. Not bad. ETH? What's ETH doing? Can we get back to 3,400? Like, come on. We need that. Accumulation on ETH. You can see it. You can see 2. You might be able to see 2 here. You got 1 here. Might be having a nice day for crypto here. Building up. You know, everything I've been planning towards, predicting. Maybe it's built. Maybe, you know, you see days like today and you kind of get a feeling of, okay, look at Bitcoin. Maybe. Hopefully Trump doesn't say anything bad today. Or, you know, you could see it like on ETH. Buyers come in here. So you can see where it pushes price up. If we were to go to a 4-hour, you can look at Ethereum. See, there's demand here. Now, if we go left, there's going to be demand around there. There's to the left, right? So ETH, look what it's kind of doing here. You might see more like a head and shoulders. Maybe building up. It'd be nice if Bitcoin maintains above 100K and ETH stays above this demand zone right here. Going into February. All it's really going to take ETH is to just get one good big rip and we're going back kind of bullish. Like all it's going to take ETH is to make that breakout up, that break up. It's quickly back to like 36, 38 once it's able to get above 34, 3500. But if ETH can get successfully above like 3400, 3500, then that's going to set up for more of a breakout to 4000. Like 38, 4000 would probably come quicker because it's spending some time accumulating down here. Slow. It's not. It's like it seems like it's asleep, not doing much. It's dragging a lot of altcoins down. But all it's gonna really take is it just maintaining 3000. Like we need to stay above 3000. A successful break above 3400 and 3500 is gonna give us more upside on ETH. $3,000 is a pretty psychological number at this point, because for the last 75 days, the market has stayed above $3,000 and in between $4,000 at the highest peak in the last 75 days. So when you're looking at, when you talk about demand, and then you stretch time here too, and you're looking at, okay, there's been 75 days. Yeah, the market hasn't been going up, but for the last 75 days, it's stayed above a very important price, aka 3,000 US dollars. Although the market has not gone up, it being above that price for that long shows us there's a good sign of demand. Below us, underneath, there is some support. So ETH above 3,000 for the last 75 days is good. It's a good sign that the market doesn't want to go below that. There's enough buyers like holding it up, like, and it's also a sign that it wants to go below it to find buys. It wants cheap prices. It wants a cheaper price. But we can see it's not able to get above that and below that, and time is running out before February, March. Realistically, it would want to go below 3,000 because that's where more demand would come into the market. It would definitely be bought up. You can see how very little time the market spent below the price of $3,000. It actually spent no more than a couple hours underneath $3,000 the day it went under there. So there's a lot of demand when it comes to that price level. All it's gonna really take is a $200-300 movement, and we're coming back on, like, this thing will break out upside. Because a $200-300 movement from this price pretty much gets you like a close above 3,400, 3,500, which I was saying not too long ago. A successful close above 3,400, 3,500 area is gonna give us more bullish for ETH. So as long as we maintain above 3,000, it's good. You can even look to the left and see there's been times where it's dipped below here. If it did that, it would get bought. It would get bought and below there, below that level. So soon, kind of what I see is more of a breakout coming. Like, I remember when we were really focused on Solana. Well, now we're really focused on ETH. If you were on the stream since the beginning, if you've been on here since day one, you might remember we were really talking about Solana going up, Solana a lot. Now, we're going to focus on ETH because it's much lower in comparison to Solana, right? And Bitcoin. So you could get more upside on this. Potentially. Soon. Building up soon. Soon, soon, soon. Soon it's coming. That's my ETH talk for the day. Yeah, see, gold's back. That's why you don't chase the green candles. See? Didn't even look at gold. Didn't chase any candles. You don't chase the green candles. See? You don't buy when it's pushing up there. That was maybe a good time to take profit, if anything, if you squeezed in. Market's gonna well, it looks like it's trying to come back to that zone I drew, or that's on the 4 hour. ETH, I think, will wake up very soon, and when it does, it can move fast. Like, it can have a day where it runs up $200-300, and look at how Bitcoin's moving. If that 110 today, that punches up, holds above 100. Like I said last night, literally came back to the zone, guys. Well, I said 2 nights in a row. Look at 102, 102.5 institutional number. A little bit below the institutional number, went to like 101. Yay, are we going to who bought? Who bought? Who just bought? Let's find out. Who just bought? Ooh, what just happened? Any news? Any news? Any news? Any news? Just everything. It's just all what's been happening the last couple of days too. BlackRock, the last 2 days. Their buys. Michael Saylor 1 hour ago. We are going to Mars. Michael Saylor tweets 1 hour ago, we're going to Mars. Justin, publicly listed Phantom Holding announced plan to allocate 50% of excess cash to Bitcoin. Cynthia Lumens just tweeted, big things are coming. That's Senator, that's the Senator. Stay tuned, 10 a.m. Big things coming, Senator Lumis tweeting. She said, stay tuned, 10 a.m. She just tweeted, stay tuned, 10 a.m. Big things are coming. That was Senator Lumis. Go to Senator Cynthia Lumis's Twitter. I'm on it. I'm quick, all right? I know how to find the news. So 21 minutes ago, she tweeted, let's go to her Twitter. She tweeted, stay tuned for 10 a.m. Oh man, what's about to happen? What's about to happen? Big things are coming. Damn, man, I should have bought Bitcoin instead of gold this morning. Send Lumis. Let's look at the comments. Stay tuned, 10 a.m. What's about to happen? 10 a.m. is in 9 minutes. Watch her. She drops a meme coin next thing you know. As long as they pump the bags, I'm fine. What else is maybe happening right now? Because she's, if you know about her, she's really pro crypto. She's the person who wants to write the bill. She wants to write the bill for the strategic reserve in Bitcoin. She's probably like she's the one that's trying to pass the bill for the strategic reserve. That's why Bitcoin's pumping. She tweeted that 21 minutes ago, and then Michael Saylor tweeted, we're going to the Mars an hour ago. If they push the button like that on that, we might be going to the moon, literally Mars, like Michael Saylor tweeted an hour ago. Like, you've seen what's happened so far with crypto, and we already know what's going to happen Like we know this isn't the end of the bull run. That might be crazy. Even if they announce it, a lot of people might sell to buy lower. Like those types of scenarios happen a lot, but our zone was good, man. I hope you guys, you don't gotta look at so many charts. I like to post some charts when I see something very optimal. And Bitcoin buy scenarios happen when you're on the sidelines, when you're maybe sitting on the bench, you're not always in the market, you're not maybe day trading it or scalping it every day. A good buy setup comes on Bitcoin when you're kind of on the sidelines. And like this, you have a good zone and you're waiting for a good dip. Yeah, that's what's interesting. It's about to get spicy. Where was that? Here. Well, we'll see what happens. Interesting. Pump our bags. Pump our bags. That's all they need to do, just pump our bags. XRP might be trading well. Yeah. Let's see. The American crypto. Oh, this Trump got rugged. Maybe it's a Trump coin buy today. If you're betting on the Trump coin, you know, I was saying last night, it's a meme coin. It's better that he did a meme coin instead of like a real coin that has utility and the utility fails and everyone's like, oh, this coin doesn't do anything like it was supposed to. It's a meme coin. It's not supposed to do anything. It's a part of the meme ecosystem. So it's actually better that they didn't launch a coin that has like some utility that's promised and this was supposed to have, and the coin fails and it's not successful. That it's a meme. It's not supposed to do anything. It's like Doge, right? It's another Doge. It's another Shiba, dog with hat, Pepe, bonk, bonk. So yeah, that's your speculation of it. And those are coins that people make a lot of money off of in crypto, right? The Trump coin announced his new official currency of USA. Imagine. I'm holding some, so if that happened, here we go. So like, I think in realistic terms, like if you look at how big it is already and how big Dogecoin is, everyone loves Dogecoin. Trump's going to be president for the next 4 years, so it could probably get as big as Dogecoin, right? That would, if it gets as big as Dogecoin, it puts it at 250, 260, 270 a coin right now at this time. If it was as big as Dogecoin at this current time. That doesn't mean later on Doge is bigger and it still catches up to Doge at a bigger scale. I think Doge was once 70 billion. So I mean, if you're looking at prices like it's gonna go to 100K, it's gonna go to 10K, maybe look at like where Doge is and be like, okay, it could catch up to Doge. Realistically, maybe that's the trade with the Trump coin. Taking out every meme coin, basically, catching up. You know, it's head and head with Pepe right now. We're head and head with Pepe. It's a battle between Pepe. Where's Bonk? Bonk's down here. Where's Dog with Hat? Dog with Hat and Pudgy Penguins are back here. Fart coin. I had the chance to buy Fart coin low. I didn't. And Peanut. Could have bought Peanut when it came out. I didn't. I bought Pepe early, so I'm holding Pepe from early. Well, yeah, it looks like Trump is head and head with Pepe, basically. Gold. That wick. Yeah, we might flip back up or try to. Gold on 1 hour looks good. Yeah, 1 hour is closing more bullish right now. Like I said, 2740 was where I was, where I had my entry, where I got entry. I only got one entry though. So, and it wasn't as big as I'd usually go, but I got one entry at 2740. I mentioned that a while ago. Trying to hold it. Well, Trump speaks at 11. No? What time is it? 10 yet? I want to see what this big news is. Stay tuned. I want to see what this Senator Lumis stuff is. She's look what she just did. Look what she just pumped this up. Yeah, 1 more hour as Trump speaks virtually. She could be talking about Trump. Yeah, maybe. That's true, different time zone. Didn't take that into consideration. Gold, yeah, not coming back. If you're in it, I would just try to hold. If you caught it, I would just try to hold it. Don't worry if you didn't catch it. Like, I barely even caught it either. Like, I'm kind of pissed off at myself because I put like one entry. I could have been like normal size. Don't worry, there's always another day. Like, we always catch setups like this. We caught one yesterday. Literally right here. Yeah, sometimes I do. No. Just go all in. Nah, I like to flip. Gotta live life. Flip accounts, withdraw, stack Bitcoin. Rinse and repeat. Flip the account, stack some Bitcoin, Try to get the Bitcoin balance growing. That's my goal. Like, everybody has different goals. So I think you got to make a goal maybe for your trading, whether it's to pay your bills or, grow more save. My goal is to just grow more Bitcoin holdings. I want to hold this 4 hour and the next 4 hour. I'm thinking if this 4 hour closes bullish, the next one could turn into a bullish candle. That's really key. If we get a 4 hour bullish close, if we go over here, like over here, different chart. Looks like it over here. It still looks like it could come back to 2740. 2730 zone. There's that big area there where that wick rejected. We were looking for. I wanted to get buys at 2740 or lower. So there's still time even on this chart for it to potentially come back to there. Yeah, I'm still in Jasmy. I'm still holding. I'm holding Jasmy till March. I'm holding all my coins until March. I'm just going to see where everything's at in March. Evaluate it from there. Because that's Ethereum season. Ethereum season's coming. So a lot of people are like, Ethereum, boring, not moving. It's kind of dead. But that season's coming soon. February is Ethereum's really time to shine. February, March, even January. January, there's some big gains on ETH. It doesn't always perform the best in December. Like, it's mixed. But February is, especially every 4 years, Ethereum's month. February, March. This kind of horizon coming and going into February, March. So coins like that, like coins like that, a lot of coins like altcoins, that's an alternative. That's a real like altcoin. Coins like that, February, March, are expected to go higher. Because that's typically on average, like when you look at months, like summertime is usually more bearish. Like July, August, September can have more like bearish in that season. Going into that, June, July, August. See a lot more red in those months. Like August tends to be more of a red month. July tends to be more of a red month. June, you can see some months that tend to be more red, but you see like February, March for Ethereum, even maybe April, you can see like has a lot more what we call seasonality, average of bullish or green return, like a positive return. So it's January 23rd right now, so taking that in consideration, February's close. February, March, that tends to be Ethereum season. So that's when like when you see a lot of altcoins rise more in prices. Yeah, I'm in at 2740, but it's playing ping pong. Some people close like I'm in at 2740 on gold. That's where I got in. Maybe it sticks for the day. Again, another day I'm looking for buys on gold. Trying to hold them for the day. Trying to hold the buys for the day out. I'm in at 2740 or lower, like close to 2740 or lower, I think is good pricing. We can get close to that. There's pullbacks, and then in 1 hour there's volatility in the market. Bitcoin's ripping. More Bitcoin goes, ETH will go too, but ETH will naturally have its season soon. ETH dominance should pick up. There should be more ETH dominance coming in soon in coming weeks, going into February. Bitcoin, October tends to be bullish into November. December can be a mix. But same thing, February, you can see. Basketball cards and stuff. Cause basketball cards. And watches, but I had a bunch of watches at one point, but I sold them all to buy Bitcoin. It's like, this is one of the best things. And XRP, I sold one watch for XRP at 50 cents. I was like, why have this watch when I can just, I'll make the money and buy the watch back. I like sports cards. I got a bunch behind me. I don't know if you can see them. Might not be able to. Steph Curry. I got a lot of Steph Curry. Michael Jordan. Sidney Crosby. Can you trade shoes for Bitcoin? I mean, maybe. I got a lot of shoes too that I don't even wear. Probably not, unless you find someone who would just give you Bitcoin. They'd probably be like, I don't want, nah. You just go get someone to, you go trade in your shoes for cash, and then you got to buy the Bitcoin. Yeah. Probably not. And gold, like, I have some gold coins. There's one here. There's a little one. This little guy. It doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like much, but this little guy's like 3 G's. It's from like 1800s. This used to be money. This used to be actual money. They used as money. Right here. A little gold coin. I have more bigger ones, but not here. Some of the 1 ounce coins. I have some of those 1 ounce gold coins, but This one's cool. I keep it around because it's cool. It's from like 1840 or something, yeah. And it was actual gold. This is actual money for gold. It's cool. Little guy's worth little things, nothing but like small, but worth a couple grand because it's now memorabilia. In gold weight, it's probably like $1,000 in gold weight. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, so chilling. Not much. This is kind of what I, like same narrative as we've been talking about. It looks like buys are kind of sticking potentially. 2740 was a strong reaction. These wicks down, taking out a lot of buyers. I don't know. WF, I don't know what coin that is. Yeah, I used to I've worked for different companies. Well, I'm done with that niche of network marketing, MLM. I just kind of want to just step away from that this year. I worked for a few companies, actually. Personally, stepping away from that, industry. Yeah, I used to go to a lot of games because they're cheap. They're way cheaper. Like in Toronto, decent seat here is like super expensive to go to a game. Not even like versus in Miami, like you go to a game, you get a good seat, light work over there. Oh yeah, IMV. I wonder what that's at. The price of that. Oh no, I got out of that a long time ago when it was high. That thing ran. I got out of that years ago. Years ago. Long time ago. I remember those days. Good chapters in the journey. But yeah, like price is key. 2740 or lower. Still looking for buys on gold. That's where I'm entered at 2740. So if it goes below 2740 or back to it, I'll take another re-entry because I didn't really get a big position there. And I could have got 70 pips real quick there and probably been done for the day. If you caught that move, some of you guys could have closed and caught that move like Pip and dipped it. But I'll watch 2740 or lower for the day. If not, if you're kind of just chilling today, you could always keep an eye on seeing if when Trump speaks, the market flushes out again and resets up for buys, kind of like it just did, but lower. Like if you look at gold, I'll put this chart in the Discord and I'll put the black one as well when I get off. I'm going to wrap it up for the morning because there's probably not too much to look at right now other than the same setups like 2740 area, like here. I'll put these charts in the Discord, but 2740, 2730 area, so below 2740 or lower. If not, market ends up flushing out again, finding buys lower. There's pretty much not more to look at today. Like we could have caught a quick buy there. Some of you guys did. Could have been way more entered on there, more positioned, but it looks like now it's trying to pull back, maybe find the 2740s. Like I still think I'm still sticking with the same bias for the day. This zone, again, we've looked at it a few times on the black chart. Over here, this area. Seeing if this area can hold, potentially. So if it comes lower. If not, you might get maybe that flush out down to here, this zone, where there's the big resistance, like we pointed out a couple times this week. But for now, like if I zoom in, there's a bottom wick here. It's kind of like yesterday. Remember on the 1 hour yesterday how we kept having those wicks, but it was on the 1 hour chart. Now this is the 4 hour chart. Kind of like those wicks we were having yesterday on the 1 hour. Like It looks like it's trying to make some support here. Like, it's a similar situation as yesterday, but more on the 4-hour now. Where, yeah, I'm still keeping the same bias for the day. Like, want to see if price can work up. If not, there'll be probably lower flushes, like dips, that turn into a buy scenario. You can see to the left, if you look to the left here. Maybe we get this move back up. That's all for today, really, guys. Like, not a whole lot here to look at on gold. Try to stay patient today and find buys. I was expecting the news to do a lot more than what it did, so kind of still could keep an eye on that area though, like 2740 or lower. I'm gonna put these charts in the Discord when I wrap it up. There's a lot of coins. There's a lot of coins out there, right? There's so many coins that I know about that I don't own. There's so many coins that I don't know about that I don't own. And then there's good coins that I don't own. And then there's bad coins that I don't own. So, but I don't know about every coin out there. There's a lot of good coins that I don't have. That I'm like, I could have, but it's like, okay, I already have my bag. It's better to, once you're diversified, you don't need to over diversify things. It's better to just keep it and not have too many things you're looking at. But like some of the coins, like look, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I've heard of it and seen it. I don't know if I know that coin. What is it? Yeah, I'll be on tonight and tomorrow. 8:30 tonight. WF. Like, I'd have to research it too and see. World Liberty. Oh, World Liberty coin. Like World Liberty Financial. World Liberty isn't necessarily Trump's. Like, I don't think Trump has anything to necessarily do with them. They just donate to, like, are you talking about this? Or WFL? There's some back end research too to do. Like, there was this with the World Liberty, the people, like, I don't know if you've heard of Doe Finance, but there was something with this Doe Finance. I think the people behind World Liberty also created Doe Finance, which got attacked. So I don't know. World Liberty, there's some sketchy things behind it. That, like, there's some but what do they do? They like buy crypto for Trump. World Library. DT Marks, an affiliated with Donald J. Trump. Oh, I changed it. It used to say. Okay, so yeah, it used to say. It used to say we have no affiliate. The Trump. It used to say, but it looks like they took over it. I think it used to say we have no affiliation. Oh wait, none of Donald J. Trump's family or DT marks. Yeah, like none of Donald Trump and his family members, any directors, employees, Trump organization, DT marks. Eric Trump serves as one of the managers on board. Okay. It used to say we have no affiliation with this. We just like it used to say that. So that's different now. This is the token. So this is it's at 5 cents. I mean, I haven't thought much about it. I haven't looked into it. Yeah, this guy Chase here, he made some dough finance thing that scammed, like hacked a bunch of people. Scammed this guy right here. This guy kind of looks sketchy too when you look at him compared to everyone else. Dough Finance, like I know someone who lost a lot of money because of something this guy made. It's called Dough Finance, like the technology behind it. So hopefully whatever that has nothing to do with this. Affiliated with Donald J. Trump. As certain family members own 60% of the equity. Interested in this. They own 60% of the equity. Like the Trump coin, 80% is owned by one like wallet. Any references or quote imagery that associated Donald Trump's fairness will not be considered endorsement or representation. Yeah, because I remember the first time I went on this website and read this, it said something different, like, and they weren't on here. Like, they weren't on here actually. The first time, like, it said something different. These are buys or people buying, yeah. Yeah. How many? Oh yeah, tokens remaining. Is that right? Okay. It's like a maybe for me. It's like a high roller. Could hit. I don't know. I haven't looked into it and done any research on it personally. Like, it's something that I'd just throw some money in and see if it hits personally. Like, not. I'd have to do more research on it. It's new too, so new things have to stand the test of time too. You can't. It's hard to look at new things always and be like, oh, they're gonna go to this. Like, Bitcoin's been around, so it's easier to measure that. It's not that it could be fraud. I don't think it's fraud. Like, Trump's putting his name clearly on here, and Eric Trump, it says, is a manager. Eric Trump serves as one of the managers of Onboard. No, this is a real thing. Like, this like, whatever, this guy here, Dough Finance, go look up Dough Finance hack, Dough Finance thing. The technology behind that, whatever they use, something like, I don't know. I don't know. I like the coins that they're buying instead. Like, the coins that they're buying for Trump and donating the whatever to him, I like the coins they're buying instead more than this project itself. But like, to do your own like, you got to do research, and you got to do the research. I haven't done that yet. I've just looked, like, I know what it is. The coin, like, they're buying Chainlink. Like, the coins they're buying Ethereum, they're buying Chainlink, they're buying Aave, Ondo. So, like, the coins they're buying, I agree with. But I don't know about this token. Yeah, it may be too early for me to say. But they're buying good coins. If you look at World Liberty's wallet and the tokens they're buying, the cryptos they're buying, they're decent cryptos that they're actually buying, like Chainlink. or another coin called Aave, or ETH. Everybody knows Ethereum. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Aave or Chainlink. Those are really popular coins. But that's interesting. I'm gonna watch some videos today on this, and I'm gonna go do some. I'm gonna spend like a couple hours watching some videos on this today, and doing some research. Looking more behind that Doe Finance thing too. Don't know who any of these guys are, but you got obviously Trump. If they're more standing behind it, then it could, you know, be something. It's 5 cents. It's cheap. Maybe it, you know. There's coins that I've literally gone to with them. Maybe it's, you know, I'll throw some money into it, and next thing you know, I get a 5x, 10x. So those are always the high rollers, I call them. I call those high rollers. Obviously, you have your Bitcoin. Bitcoin's something I would buy every day forever if I could. You know, if I had money every day. You know, I'm not withdrawing crypto every day. From some days you lose, some days you take L's. So maybe every month. If I could buy something every month, it would be Bitcoin. And that I know for, like, it's more safe, or ETH. But these are what I call high rollers. Bitcoin's not a high roller to me. It's like a high roller type of coin, like, until I do more research maybe on it. But yeah, gold's not, like I said, I'm in at 2740. Never came back. It almost came back to it once there, but that was a while ago. Looks like we might try to hold it. Trump speaks soon. Maybe there's an entry in the next hour when he speaks back to 2740 or lower. But yeah, let me check the chat one more time. If you guys are getting value, let me know in the chat if you guys got value this stream. I hope so. We're going to be back on tonight by Elon. What, official Elon coin? I bought that the minute it, like when I saw it came out, and I made like $2 grand, but I'm not going to buy that again. I'm going to buy, there's so many meme coins you can buy. There's too many. Like, it's like, I'd rather have my money elsewhere. Like I bought like haha yes. I put my meme folio in the Discord already. The meme folio, it's in the Discord, but now it's kind of updated, actually. So I put, this was my meme folio before. So when Trump coin came out, I put ski masks and pudgy penguins into it, and that's Solana. When Trump coin came out, it was at like $8. I put all 3 of these into it. I ended up making 116 Solana. So now, looks a little different. But haha yes is at the top today. Oh, what's haha yes doing? Rizzo. Haha yes. A good day today for haha. I hope haha yes rips. That's my Elon meme coin. That's Tesla's like little. Shows it's up today. Yeah, it is. Shows it down 20% here. I'm like, wait, is it up or down? It's up on the day or on the overall. Okay, I get it. On the overall day, it's down, but in the hour, it's up. Yes, bonk, dog with hat, Pepe. I still have this stupid mega coin that just pumped 20%. I still have this. Like, yeah, I got my meme folio is like 30 racks right now. I'll show you guys the meme folio. I put a little bit in that Molina coin. A little bit. My meme folio has haha yes, bonk, dog with hat, Pepe, mega, pudgy penguins, Trump, Molina meme. I had to. That's my meme folio. Pudgy penguins and bonk. Now I aped into bonk. I said YOLO. I have this stupid Trump coin that I thought was gonna rip because, you know, I originally bought it before it hit $17, and I was like, Trump's gonna win. It's gonna go to the moon. Let's do a mega coin, mega meme coin. This coin, literally, I got in this coin like back here, and I never sold it, so I'm still holding it. In spite that I either rug myself or it has the greatest comeback ever, but who knows? I'll put the broker in the chat. Use that link. It might be up more. I'll have to put it again. I'll rug myself on mega meme coin. Check it out. Fast withdrawals in crypto, Ethereum or Bitcoin. Nothing else, just like the main two, or USD, USDT, ERC. This coin. Oh man, I had a ride with this, but I don't know if it'll ever come back. The new coin that took over. This was like the first Trump meme coin that ever came out, and it hit $17. And then when the Trump coin came out, official Trump coin, not looking so good for that one. So we'll check out gold, answer a couple more questions before we wrap up, but that's going to be pretty much about it for the day. I'll be on tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. First base on Mars. What, Elon coin? It'll be the exchange on Mars. Wait, what are you talking about? Elon coin? Which Elon? There's like official Elon or like official Elon coin? I think that one's not real, or just Elon in general, just Elon. Like this one. Dogelon Mars. This what you talking about? Trending. It's trending today. So it's on Phantom. I might ape into it. You guys making me ape into coins. Dogelon Mars. If I get rug pulled, it's your fault. Yeah. It'll be the exchanges on Mars, man. This guy's thinking ahead of the game. That's when you this guy's thinking ahead of the game. When will I be able to sleep? 21 coin has gone from one place to another. Is that his name, but it's no major listings. Just on decentralized. Yeah. I mean, some big ones, but nothing. Crypto.com, exchange, more wallet. Yeah. I'll look into it. That's an interesting one. Maybe it's one of those. I always like those coins. If I have conviction to them, it takes the right ones to get convicted to. This guy's telling me this one's going to be on the exchanges on Mars in 15 years. What do I think about looks? What looks rare? What is that, looks? I've heard that before. Looks? Yeah, looks rare. Is that like collectibles, memorabilia stuff? Looks rare. Is that coin like isn't looks rare? Like, I don't know. It's low, but I don't know much about it to really say much about it, like value wise. It's really low. If that's a part of like the NFT ecosystem narrative, that probably wouldn't move till the end of the cycle. Like that's really like an altcoin because it's like an NFT memorabilia type of thing, if I'm not mistaken. A coin that I have that's like this, similar, I think. Like I'm holding a coin called Gala, right? I would say is maybe look into that. It looks rare. I've heard of that though. There's a coin I'm holding called Gala that's kind of fits into that ecosystem that I think looks rare might be in. If it's sort of like Gala's like music, Gala Games, I think. That's one of the coins at the bottom of my list. That could like, I only have like how many coins? Like 400,000 Gala coins. Not a lot. Well, it's a lot of coins, but it's not worth a lot to me. But maybe it flips. Like, yeah, I got 400,000 coins in Gala. Maybe that flips. That's worth like 11, 12 G's right now. This coin. So if that were to go to like 50 cents, I'd be up. I'm only called Gala and something similar to that, IMX, and a coin called IMX. That's like gaming, NFTs, Immutable X. I think it's about gaming, IMX, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of ILV. I got too many coins. Maybe I'm thinking of ILV. No, yeah, gaming. Yeah, IMAX. That's the one I'm thinking of. Immutable X. Yeah. I'm holding this coin. It's a game. Play to earn, if I'm not mistaken. That might be big in the future since all the kids these days just want to be like streamers and YouTubers. Maybe if they realize you can play to earn crypto on some platforms. There's another one called ILV that everyone talks about that I have a little bit of. Now, a little bit for me might be like 5 to 10 G's worth. So just remember when I say a little bit, I'm saying like, literally I got, okay, a little bit is 550 coin, like 20K worth. So it's not really a little bit. This coin is a gaming coin. You can play this game. I think you can earn when you play, but I haven't played the game. I just have the coin. You can stake. I've researched a bit. I watched some videos and I know some friends that it's good to have some friends that know more about you on some of these things. So gaming coins, I have the only gaming coins in like that ecosystem I have are this, ILV, IMX, and then Gala. Gala kind of falls into that category with like Gala Games, Gala Music, Gala, just Gala. Where's Gala, crypto? Like there's Gala Games, here it is. There's games.gala. There's Gala Music as well. Not as cool. It doesn't look as cool as the other one. But Gala Crypto. I think is that just the official site? Community of gamers. More like for, I would say, NFT gamer, enthusiasts. I think there's Gala Music too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, there's Gala Music, yeah, Gala Music.gala. So there's gonna be something there for these. For that ecosystem, like when you're talking about gaming, maybe like NFT, digital, collectible stuff, For me, it's ILV. It's this coin Gala, ILV, and IMX. And maybe ICP, because ICP kind of has gaming in their ecosystem, right? What else is that? Maybe I'm missing one that falls in that same category that I didn't say. You know, there's those ones, yeah. Now, I'm not really big into that ecosystem, but I mean, to each their own. That's Gala, this coin. So, it, you know, IMX is a top coin. Number 59 at $1.18. But when it comes to that narrative, like they're not gonna go up like before. Like Bitcoin goes up first, Ethereum, everything. These types of coins kind of finish the cycle like more bullish. Yeah, gold. Like I said, for the day, it's kind of just sticking, kind of at that 2740. What's USD CAD doing? Gold chilling. We're gonna call it a day though, guys. I'll be on tonight. See you guys tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next session, 8:30 p.m. tonight, and then 7 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow the market's giving us a better setup. I mean, that was a good setup. A lot of us missed it. I know. Not everyone was able to get it. Even I went in pretty light. Didn't really get the entry I wanted. Like I got the entry I wanted, but not the full position. So I'm still holding. Probably just gonna hold for the day. See what happens with price. We'll be back on tomorrow. And tonight we'll see the market. Tonight, 8:30 p.m. Tokyo session. Tomorrow, same time as usual. And I'll see everybody next session. Peace out, peace out, peace out. Hope you guys got value. Remember, if you're new to subscribe to the channel. We're here every day. Buy zone 2740. Like if it's gone now, so that's what we were talking about a while ago. I'm trying to 2740 or lower if it but might not get back there. But yeah, peace out, peace out. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.